Hello. We should be live now. How's everybody doing? Finally, we're going to today. It's going to be the last day of the tournament at 100%. We only have like a couple of games remaining. We're getting really close to the end here. And I don't know how long these games are going to last. We might be running 2 games at a time. Probably won't be able to just because these are going to be some pretty heavy hitters. And I think will probably be pretty exciting. We'll have to see. But, our only remaining games are Rethalkin versus B, if B is able to make it. B is likely going to be conceding, they said. But we'll have to see. But our first game is going to be Sir Bob the Marvelous versus Natri, followed by Hive-Minded Perpetual Life. Then I'm Your Dad, and likely Rethalkin if B doesn't make it. Then we will go to the semifinals, where we will have the results of... Gabe is currently the only person who has decidedly entered the semifinals last night with our final battle between them and Andy the Illusion. But yeah, I'm very excited. Hopefully you guys are excited too. This is pretty short, I think.
We can certainly hope for so much.
Uh-huh.
But I'm certain we'll get it done today, one way or the other. Oh, but yeah,
right, yeah.
It's certainly been a fun trip running through all of this stuff with everybody.
It's been fun, and I'm very excited to see how this goes. So we're just kind of waiting on Sir Bob. Sir Bob the Marvelous should be ready shortly. I'm just going to send them a final message to confirm. But yeah, no, it's very exciting, very exciting. Finally going to figure out who I'm going to be buying fucking $50 of Homestuck merch for.
Oh, I'm excited to watch. I am very curious what whoever wins will get. I'm sure it'll be wonderful.
Yeah, no, things are looking pretty good, Do
you have some music lined up?
Oh yeah, let me just get them going.
Very incredibly important.
Very incredibly important indeed.
Final day, hopefully final day. I really don't see a situation where we don't manage to finish this in, just a couple more hours.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we have pretty much all of our finalists here and ready to game.
All right. Well, it seems that Sir Bob is ready to go.
Is he? All right. Let me start getting their channels in order here. Luckily, they're a lot easier to get now that it's everyone from the winners brackets.
Yeah.
So who's the Sir Bob?
Sir Bob versus Natri.
Alrighty. So much easier.
All right, let me just getting right into it today. Let me just get them both into our room here.
Man, I wonder how large the pile of deceased players has gotten.
All right. So it looks like our contestants here might be doing some alchemization quick. Natri seems to be checking their alchemy list here. Sir Bob is doing the same. Seems to be making a new weapon, potentially. Not entirely sure. But they've ejected their current one.
Boy, howdy. They have there's a lot of stuff in this room, isn't there? Boy, howdy. 8 pages full of items.
Yeah. Some free food for anybody who wants to take it, I guess. Somebody must have ejected some food just into the room.
Well, I'm certain anybody who's still fighting won't be looking for tier 2 candy.
That's true.
but I give him credit for taking the time to see what is around. I think the most interesting things you could probably find are some of these alchemy items.
Yeah.
Or, ooh, there's an eraser sitting around.
That's true, eraser.
A last-second pivot to a...
to avoid set bonus.
Avoid set.
It's possible.
I've seen stranger things, I guess.
Alright. Natri making some more sweet bread. Natri set some traits here. They seem to have a +1 to their AV. They're going to be rolling no less than 2 on all of their stamina rolls. They're going to be rolling a double BR every time they're attacked, and attacks against them are going to deal only half bonus damage.
Now, I don't entirely remember what tier Natri's armor is, but if it's 13, which is the highest they can make right now. That cat cute bonus will make for a lot of reduced damage, even more so if he ends up having himself be ineffective, or attacks against him be ineffective. I would personally like to see him go up against something like the big crit build that we've all been dreading. But I guess we'll have to see who moves on.
I guess we will. Looks like they're both ready to go. Let me just flip my coin to decide who will be the first. And the first going in is going to be Sir Bob. We'll have the first turn here. Natri has a very defensive build, from what I remember. They're, I believe the last strife they were in, their opponent was not able to deal a single point of damage just because of how overwhelmingly strong their bonus resistance had been. So I'm excited to see how this goes.
And all the hard work, Sir Bob still forgets to heal before combat.
All right, I'll pull Sir Bob out of the strife as well as Natri. Let me just fix that there.
Yeah, but I do believe they are both tier 100, so this will be it'll make for a good fight.
All right,
yeah, I believe they're both maxed out.
Yeah, Natri's already fully healed, so let me just pull Sir Bob back in as they'll be going first.
Alright, oh, that's unfortunate. Sir Bob rolled 8 stamina on that first go around, and now he only has 1.
Unfortunate. Although I guess that is for fighting to heal.
Yes, well, that's just the way fate can be. He certainly has no shortage of candy to make up for it.
That is true. Oh, interesting. Only eating a tier 1 fruit gushers to get himself 2 stamina.
Maybe he's just going for the acclimate and hoping he'll survive our rounds. Accumulate, I mean.
Yeah, I see. I believe that's most likely
that's probably what I would go with.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, no, he'll just go for a hit.
Goes for the grieve and unfortunately misses. We're moving on to Natri's turn now. Natri starts their turn with 4. Yeah.
Let's see what they have in their hands.
Mm-hmm. Checking their Silodex. Looks like they've got a good set of gear here. Lots of food prepared for clearly prepared for the rest of the tournament here. More than
yeah, the glazed ham. I enjoy the renaming of these items. He is certainly well stocked. Very high tier food items. I don't know what the rest of his Silodex is filled up with, but I can only assume more of the same.
Mm-hmm. With the tier 8 ham, they're going to asseverate Sir Bob the Marvelous, which is unfortunately a miss, followed by another missing asseverate.
Hopefully he can land at least 1 hit, or that meat's damage is not going to come out this time.
The Aggrieve also misses, unfortunately. No hits yet, as both have a decent AV.
Certainly.
I gotta say, Natri's AV is significantly higher. At 16, I believe Natri has the highest tier armor possible.
Yeah, I believe that's tier 13 armor with that +1 AV, making it 15 to 16.
Mm-hmm.
It'll be pretty hard for either of them to really overcome their opponent's avoidance values, but they have a lot of ways to gain advantage, which or favorability, which should help.
Stamina, Sir Bob uses 2 of it to switch to their other weapon. They're gonna go for another missing a Grieve, unfortunately. But it looks like they're setting up to be able to use their Arsenalize on their next turn, which is a pretty good move. I'd say one of the most reliable in the game.
One of the things they've made it so far with is eating a high-powered meat, going for an Arsenalize followed by an Assassinate, whichever one lands first. But yeah, Natri misses another Acervate, just barely, with a 13 to match Sir Bob's AV.
Sir Bob only starting with 2 stamina again. Probably going to only be able to go for that Aggrieve once more. Unless they're willing to use some of their candy items. But we'll have to see. Alright, using some Fruit Gusher, regaining 2 stamina. That looks like they might asphyxiate here. Yeah, still unfortunately a miss, as Natri has a very high AV. Natri starting with a natural 8 stamina this turn. Looks like we might be seeing the first big hit of the game, depending on what they're going to go for here. Oh, and there it is. That's a 672 damage attack. Getting another 8 stamina. They're going to go for it again, getting a natural crit and killing Sir Bob the Marvelous.
Oh, well, that's high-level fights sometimes. It goes from missing to missing to missing to over.
Yeah, 1,440 damage with that final crit, leaving Sir Bob, unfortunately, defeated. Sir Bob did pretty good, though. Sir Bob lasted, I believe, 3 pretty difficult fights throughout this tournament.
Yeah, there's definitely something to be said about damage from one meat on your previous turn, followed up by another one. But then again, you'd have to land both of those hits in the first place. Always hard to figure out, but Natri's definitely lucky enough, and their setup is strong enough.
Yeah, all right. So Natri
done what they needed.
Can you teleport Natri into the actual winner's room? I've been kind of just putting them in another room in my house for since the last game, but
I mean, as long as they're on the same place.
Natri moves on to the next round. Meaning our next round today is going to be Hive Mind versus Perpetual Life.
Alright, let me get them lined up. Again, very easy.
Let me just double check that they're both ready.
I believe I just read from... No, that's someone else. Oh yeah, see if they're both around.
Okay, send a quick message out. That was wow. Very hard hits from Natri there.
I have to admit, it's certainly a little more interesting than people, having big tanky builds and only hitting for 60 or 70 damage.
Looks like both of them are ready to go. Let's, do either of them have the rocket trait? I don't believe either of them do.
I don't think anyone who's made it this far is running double rocket, though I think it would be pretty funny if somebody put on rocket just so that they could get first and then switched off of it.
And yesterday we saw actually a few people using rocket, which was interesting, but let me just...
Are any of them still around today?
Yeah.
Yes, you don't need it to be a 12 times crit for crits to hurt. That is fact. No, one certainly hurts more than the other. Yes, I'm certainly looking forward to all the things we can change and add to the game based on what we've figured out running this game over the past week or so.
Well, dropping Perpetual Life dropping some bread into the room for his opponent. They're both filled up and I believe most likely ready to go for the fight. Just waiting for a quick confirmation on that. How the fuck am I alive? Asks Hivemind in his status. Bless you. Tier 8 Pandules. 7 of them. Interesting. That's some pretty, oh, injecting the I'll go to church. I wonder what that item is. It's got a fun name, though. Alright, Perpetual is ready. Let's see if Hivemind is, and we'll start the strife. Just waiting for the quick confirmation from Hivemind to make sure they're ready. Perpetual Life ready to go, and it seems... Alright, Hivemind just doing some last-minute weapon switching. Alright, let me just flip the coin here to determine that Hivemind is going to be going first.
Alrighty. 6 stamina start, not too shabby.
That's true. 6 stamina, 775 vitality. Meanwhile, Perpetual Life enters with 1,160.
Yeah, that is a pretty big gap, but as we've just seen in our last rounds, the difference might not matter, depending on how hard each of them can hit.
Alright. Looks like we're ready and set up to go. I'm excited to see, I believe Hivemind was also running an infinite stamina strategy. Once again, though, we were capping that off at 20 just because, you know, if you have infinite stamina, you literally could not lose. But...
Certainly. And because it was such a open build, you could honestly find the space to throw a rocket trade in there, so you'd go first all the time too.
Very true.
Certainly something will be changing going forwards. But regardless, he will do what he does best and get himself up to 20 stamina.
That's true.
In a pretty quick time. Even getting pretty unlucky on these stamina rolls, it doesn't really matter. Because with the mindset bonus and the accelerate ability, he never loses stamina with this.
That's
All right,
true.
there's his 21.
All right, let's see
Now
what he
he's
does
gotta
with it.
Burn it all. The other upside with Mind, of course, being he can switch weapons for free, so he could have a whole arsenal of things filled with hate that can release hot fiery death on all of his foes.
Switching to the Drilling Madness. All right. Interesting name. Ooh, Accuse is always a fun one. Deflecting the next attack to their attacker.
I wonder if he'll go for that, or if he'll go for an Armamentify to set up for some other chain of attacks.
That's true, that's true.
Because if you were able to do something like that one that gets stronger every time you use it. And looks like that's what he's starting off with, but he does miss the Armamentify, so...
Unfortunately.
No luck with that.
Still got only it costed one stamina to use, still at 20 stamina.
If I believe correctly, Ardor, going for a daze, but that will miss 2. Again, only 1 stamina. I believe there's another move we have that's, I think, 3 base stamina. That means all of your actions are favorable with. And since his discounts, that might have been even better. But you know, people only had so many actions.
I'd like to draw some attention to some of his consumable names here. Floor meat. I hate the bread. Picnic
meat.
cheese, meat, ain't this excessive, so much meat, I have an addiction, God help me, and why did I do this?
Man, he has a lot of meat, although it's only tier 3.
Consuming the why did I do this, he gets +3 bonus damage on his next attack. Interesting strategy that he didn't try to mix and match the candy and meat trait, rather just going for meat. Oh!
Well, it certainly paid off.
Wow, very powerful assassinate, dealing 844 damage.
Yep.
Not quite enough to kill, but...
He is a Rage Mind player, which means he's going for that...
quadruple crit.
As well as a 1d6 chance to stun, which you've not seen happen yet, but I'm sure we'll notice when it does. But yeah, 800 damage is nothing to shake your finger at. If Perpetual gets hit again with something stronger.
Ooh, that would have been another crit. Unfortunately, well, actually, no, it would have been unfavorable. Either way, would have missed. But that's a 20 turned into a 1. thanks to one of Perpetual Life's traits. He only needs to get, I assume, one more hit, really, though, to kill Perpetual Life. Perpetual Life must be low.
Entirely. He is. I think he's down to maybe 400 health or so.
Oh, yeah. 316 vitality is all that a Perpetual Life has left. Make that 71 less. And another 57 less. Oh, and another... Just the astounding luck with all of these Aggrievs landing one after another, bringing Perpetual Life down to 160 vitality.
To be fair, the only luck that Perpetual Life seems to have right now is the fact that he hasn't gotten stunned yet.
Oh, I'm missing a Grieve.
Just as I say that, he gets hit for 67 damage and stunned. Luckily, these other two attacks missed. But that means he'll be starting his turn with 0 stamina, which is not the place you want to be.
Yeah,
depending on how good
we'll probably need to use a consumable item to get stamina back if they have any hope of surviving their next turn against Hivemind.
That on top of maybe some healing, as lessened as it is, he certainly needs it. 93 stamina, 93 vitality left. But luckily,
getting themselves 9 stamina and 407 vitality.
A tier 9 consumable, certainly on the more expensive side. The question is if he can make use of it. Unfortunately, his Armamentify does miss, but a Astound does land. 164 damage. Followed by another 164. Perpetual doesn't have any really large hits by the look of it, but his weapon's just a higher tier than what Hivemind has, so it hits hard.
Hivemind starting their turn with 3 stamina.
Of course, it doesn't really matter how much stamina they start with, as long as they have enough to get themselves rolling.
I believe 3 is the minimum. Actually, never mind, I forgot. It costs only 1 for them to activate.
They do need, yes, they need at least 2 stamina, I'd say, because they need to accelerate and then they need to do their first activate. So if they have 1 stamina, that's probably why they only have tier 2 candy, or that's why they have very little candy, because there's very few cases where Hivemind would actually need more stamina.
Yeah, that's true.
I guess if they're stunned, just enough to get away from one of those. But their plan is to be the one doing the stunning, not getting stunned.
Yeah.
Well, there's 20.
That's the exact 20. Praying to the gut, Perpetual Life into the luck gods right now on this turn.
If they're listening.
If Hive manages to land their considering they have the mind trait, I believe they can actually use Assassinate more than once in this turn. I believe so, at least.
It is possible. It's a 7-cost Assassinate, assuming they have it on more than one weapon. Oh, and he does actually have some high-tier consumable items, apparently, for an 8 stamina on top, raising up to a solid 28 stamina. I guess he's gonna try to end it this round.
Yeah.
I can't blame him. Perpetual Life was on the ropes and with no stamina to start their turn, and they already took down half of Hivemind's health. I think if he doesn't finish it right now, Perpetual might have a pretty good chance of winning. An Armamentify is a very sad miss, because if that lands, pretty much everything else he has a pretty good chance of landing. But he'll have to go with rolling the dice.
Yeah. That's a pretty lucky win, at least for Perpetual Life. Significantly increases their chances of surviving this round.
Certainly. I would like to see someone actually use Accuse or something like that, although I think I've seen a few people have it, but I don't think I've seen anyone actually take the stamina to set it up. The I'm sorry, I love it.
Yeah. Alright, looks like he's going for the Assassinate.
Even with a pretty low chance to land it, going against an AV of 15, if it lands, that'll be the end of the game. There's a 1 stamina actualized, just for that little extra damage on top.
I think it makes sense if he's going to go all in for this hit. Going to inflict the daze.
Oh, that would have been a natural 20 on that daze, but Perpetual Life Step Bonus protected them, turning it into a 1.
Very lucky.
Oh no!
And the Assassinate does it.
The thing we just talked about.
The Assassinate lands. Looks like Hivemind will be moving on to the next round. Perpetual Life playing fairly valiantly. GG's all around. Good job to both of our contestants making it this far in the tournament. Congratulations to Hivemind for moving on to the next round. Alright. If you could teleport Hivemind out of the room, I'll move them up into the next spot in the tournament. It looks like Hivemind will next be going up against Natri, which will be a very interesting. This extremely offensive build from Hivemind going up against the extremely defensive build of Natri. We'll have to see how that runs. I'm going to see one last time if B is going to be available, but most likely it seems that we're going to have to move on to the next round without them. This would be B's first round. I don't know actually if B progressed very far in the game. They got here mostly by buy rounds.
I don't know if B ever did a combat. I think they just kept on getting buy rounds from people who weren't around.
B has yet to have an actual combat in this tournament. They've just got very lucky in none of their opponents having entered the medium.
Well, sometimes you trip your way into the finals. I don't even think they've... Oh, yes, I believe... Yes, B was the one who had stopped acting because they were stuck with 0 stamina in a very unfortunate strife. And I haven't heard from them since.
Yeah, B...
but funny enough, they've made it to the finalists without even moving.
Yeah, it looks like B, they said they have some stuff with family, and they told me yesterday that they would DM me if they were available. They have yet to do that, so I'm going to say at this point, we will assume that Rathalkin will move, or sorry, Rat, is it Rathalkin or is it Rat? Because I know their character is a rat. I don't know how to pronounce this name, though.
I just keep... The more syllables it has, the shorter I make it.
The final game of round 5, we're going to have I'm Your Dad and Rathalkin, who I believe are both available. Let me just connect them very quickly.
I'm pretty sure Rathalkin's still around.
Alright. This one, luckily, these rounds going by pretty quick. Hopefully this stream will be pretty quick, it seems, as we only have a few games left. So it is Rathalkin. Alright, perfect. If you can drive their terminals into the fight ring. Whoever wins this fight is going to be having to go up against the Titanic Gabe.
I'm sure they'll manage it.
Alright, I'm Your Dad says they're ready. So we're just waiting on them, the ready from Rathalkin before they're ready. Heal, alright. The baby has pulled up.
The baby.
All right.
How are they doing for getting ready?
Doing some alchemy real quick here. Oh, I believe they have the rocket trait. They at least have cheesy goggles, which do give them the rocket trait if they have them equipped. I'm not sure.
Well, I'll give them a little time to get their bits and pieces together.
Well, they are equipping the cheesy goggles, meaning that they're going to be going first in combat.
That is true. And that could make a difference, certainly, with these later on games.
Alright, making some fruit gushers. I'm not sure what tier. It appears to be... I don't actually see the fruit gushers on this ath list. Ah, I see. Alright. Oh, interesting. I'm not sure what DaBaby is saying here, but they say actually this is GG, it's been real. Not sure if they're meaning that they are confident that they're going to win this fight, or if they're confident that they're not going to, or if they're backing out for some other reason.
I'm sure they'll give it a go. Let's see. Are they in the same place? Wait, who's in this room?
I'm your dad now inspecting the items in the bedroom.
It's worth a check. A lot of people have been dropping a lot of stuff. Some of it might actually be good instead of just stuff that's been overflowing from their inventories. Though I doubt any builds made from changes this late would be much quality. Who knows? I've seen weirder things.
Alright, looks like both of our players are ready. I'll be pulling Rathalkin into the strife first, followed by I'm Your Dad. Rathalkin going first. With 8 stamina to start.
Oh boy, this might be a quick one, but we'll have to see what they make of it.
You know something that I find interesting? I don't think Kluckenstein ever registered for the tournament, as far as I can tell. Did Kluckenstein? I don't know why. I don't remember seeing any of their fights. They said that they had an interesting strategy going into this. Okay. I'm going to say that the exact rules is that you can only generate at max 20 stamina from the activate set.
Yeah, so if you generate it up to 20 and then use it all, that's the...
Yeah, they were asking if they'd be able to actually use attacks first before doing the generation.
Well, I'm sure they'll make the most of it, whatever they have. Alright, looks like they'll make their way up to their maximum stamina. 19 and 22! That's pretty much the most you can get off of what we've kind of agreed on.
Yeah.
Let's see what they can do with it. They don't seem to have very high damaging attacks, or at least on that Acerbate, but maybe this is just a very low level setup weapon.
I mean, as long as they have the mine trait, they can switch out weapons for free.
Yep, that is true. And considering they have the full set bonus, I think it's literally impossible for them to ever not be able to have at least the base trait. Oh, they actually went with acupressure. I wonder if that means they have a certain... I wonder if they have a diamond grist type somewhere on their person. Or maybe not. Maybe shitty? I don't know. Is it possible they have artifact grist armor?
That is very possible. I don't know
if everything would be ineffective against you.
It's possible to get an artifact grist type weapon up to a high tier, although it's not easy. And usually not worth doing, unless you're doing this exact strategy.
Well, it could also be possible that they're just taking the bet that maybe they'll be less effective. Or maybe they've looked over this a lot more than we have. Who knows? But I know for sure I haven't been able to notice all of their...
Eating the protein cheese, getting another 5 bonus damage on their next attack.
Oh, yeah, that'll certainly make something interesting. Hizumi cheese. Oh my, that's certainly a good start with an acerbate for 480 damage.
Yeah, pretty
like they're
strong.
falling off with just a lot of aggrievs. I wonder if they have any set bonuses that inflict statuses, or if they're just going for the kill.
Ooh.
130, 140, 120.
Rolling
Pretty
very
solid
lucky
hits.
with these aggrievs.
126. They can do a lot of them. 100. Maybe they're just planning to go for death by 1,000 cuts here.
Could be.
Dad certainly still has a lot of health, but
Only with 2 stamina left.
that's
Oh, another
That's all they
135.
can get
Oh, just
Oh.
enough to kill I'm Your Dad with the last bit of stamina that they had.
oof. Certainly a close fight, but
Very close.
well, not a close fight, but
very
almost
one-sided, but close to
I mean,
I'm Your Dad almost having
got
a turn.
And yeah, so far from these games, giving somebody a turn can be enough to.
I mean, when we
turn
get
the
to this level of fighting, I mean, it's all it takes is one turn on both sides, and it could be a kill.
That's where the value of preparing the rocket trait comes in.
Mm-hmm. All right,
Because
well,
guaranteeing that first turn makes a difference.
if you can pull Rathalkin into the winner's room,
Absolutely.
good fighting on both sides. Both did a good job. Well, we didn't actually really get to see and in store, but good game all around anyway. All right, that means that
Are we actually down to the final 4? We
yeah,
are. I think.
we are on to the semifinals. It's about time. All right, moving on to the semifinals. Our first game of the semifinals is gonna be Natri and Hive Mind.
Ooh, fascinating. All right, luckily.
Let me just double check that
easier
they're
and
both
easier
ready.
to move these guys.
I'm very interesting to see how this fight goes. Once again, Hive Mind with a very, very offensive tactics against Natri, which is essentially the opposite. Extremely defensive in their full trait setup. Right, looks like Natri's ready, and likely going to be Hive Mind as well. They're online. I don't know if they've seen the message yet I've sent.
Well, we've had pretty much everyone here already do a fight today,
Yeah.
except for Gab, but I'm sure they're around. So
Yeah,
everyone
Gab
is
seems to be
probably
around.
local, unless they decided that this was a great time to go off and do something else. But I'm sure they'll be around in just a minute or two.
All right, pulling both Natri and Hive Mind into my bedroom.
The room just full of bodies.
Uh-huh.
Does it not list past 10 people? I think it doesn't. Yeah, I think we definitely have more than 10 people in this room, that's for sure. But that's alright.
That's all right.
That's probably why our dream list keeps crashing, because I bet we
Alright.
don't have that catch on it.
I'll flip my coin here if I can find it. Let's see here. It looks like Hive Mind is gonna be going first.
That's certainly a good advantage for them. Especially considering that they have a stamina building build. So the fact that they'll get to move first might make the difference.
Very confident from both players here.
I don't know if either of them are watching our stream, so I don't know if they know that Hive Mind's gonna get this first turn. But certainly makes a difference here.
All right, let's pull Hive Mind in first as they're getting the first turn here, as well as
first turn
Natri.
with 1 stamina, but luckily it doesn't matter.
Yeah, luckily,
Well, you might need an item to get enough stamina.
it's only
to
a
start
1 cost
combo.
to start that off.
No, it's actually a 2 cost to reduce it.
Oh, that's true. That's true.
Because before you use the action, it costs 2 stamina.
Yeah,
so he'll need at least a tier 2. Or a tier 8, you know. I guess now isn't the time for saving supplies, is it?
Mm-hmm.
Because this is the 3rd to final fight.
This,
and if he wins this, he goes to the
This is gonna be one of their last fights. Either one,
Indeed.
Only one of these competitors are gonna be going on to the finals.
We should definitely have a message for your opponents when you eat an item.
Yeah, we should add that in. I've been thinking about that kind of the whole tournament.
Let me put that on my big fancy list. It's hard to notice when we're like actively switching between them. Let's see.
Okay, Doc. How should we resolve this? Hivemind's asking if they can get 28 stamina in total since 1 plus 19 plus 8.
I guess that checks out for how we've been doing it because we let them roll to 20 and then eat something later. So it's, you know, seems only fair. It's allowed to be done the other way around.
All right, I'll say that's. Let's say that's all right then.
All right.
Lit. Hivemind at a little bit of a disadvantage when it comes to how much damage they can take with only 775 HP.
Yep, they'll have to make their damage count, and luckily the rage set bonus does.
I've got to say,
let them make that damage count, but they got to land it first.
Even if Natri doesn't win this fight here, I gotta say they are the only competitor to make it to the finals without using an exploit, I believe. Unless you could, well, not an exploit. I guess Gab also doesn't do an exploit because technically that is, you know, you can just do the 12 times crits. But
to be fair, the infinite stamina thing is something we also left in. Just, you know,
I genuinely
significantly
didn't know
more
about it.
game breaking. I swear to God, I was pretty sure you knew about it. But all right, Hivemind got pretty lucky. He went from 27 to 30, so that means he's done rolling for stamina. But that is a lot of stamina to work with. Hit himself for 2 stamina. Let's see if he can get Natri in 1 round. I don't know what tier Natri's armor is, but we'll have to see.
Arab's Revenge. I think this is actually the first time we've seen Hivemind pull out this weapon in particular.
Ooh, I'm excited. If you know what that weapon is, I'm excited to see what he has on it. Oh, again, unfortunately, missing the Armamentify, so no advantage.
They gotta beat 16 AV, and that is not easy to beat.
Especially, looks like they're probably gonna go through all their weapons and try to land an Armamentify, which I can't blame. Yeah, you can definitely see that their base damage is honestly pretty low. But that crit
and Assassinate only dealing 172 damage just because
what
of
I said about Natri's bonus resistance build.
A very impressive bonus resistance on Natri.
That cute the cute cat build reduces the damage before that crit goes through. I'm certain if Natri does make it through this and goes against Gab, it'll be a lot harder because Gab has a much higher base damage. But it might let them actually survive one of the dreaded times 12 crits. But that's all if they actually survive the rest of Hivemind's attacks here. An unfortunate 16 with that daze, meaning it will miss against their 16 in Savoy's value. I gotta say, it's pretty hard for Hivemind to land anything here. But
ooh, just as that Aggrieve dealing 0 damage.
They do manage to land a hit, but yeah, that reduced. Also, the cute base, the cute set bonus makes it so that all bonus damage is also reduced by half.
That's true.
So the fact that his attacks have some bonus damage to them doesn't actually really change very much.
And attacking with all of these unfavorable attacks, because anything less would probably likely deal 0 damage. It's
certainly a rough.
Hivemind's in a bit of a corner here.
It's kind of a call between what do I do? Go with an unfavorable attack that probably won't hit, but it'll do damage.
Not hit it, landing a single assail.
I mean, it's pretty hard. You need to land a 17, 18, 19, or 20, and you have disadvantage. It's unfavorable.
And I believe even if they rolled a natural 20, it would be turned into a 1.
That too, so it's even a lower chance of landing things.
Oh, landing in a Grieve, once again dealing 0 damage.
Yeah, they have their action. They have Actualize, which adds 1B to all their attacks, but that cute set bonus makes it so that bonus damage is always halved. Which we've seen a lot of people go with meat.
Unfortunately, using this strategy to go with using multiple weapons at a time, as Hivemind has, it kind of leaves them in a position where they're not able, if they don't have very high tier weapons in this fight in particular, they did
not going to heal for an accuse though.
Oh,
which,
interesting.
Could fix their problem of not having a very high tier weapon.
That's going to mean that
now
Natri's going to have to at least hit himself once.
Yeah, and it'll be certainly interesting. Of course, Natri still, after getting hit with that crit, has so much resistance and so much higher health. There's still a good 300 up on Hivemind.
Yeah. Not even breaking the thousands with that that assassinate. With a times 4 crit, mind you.
Yeah, no, Hivemind's plan to just kind of get stamina and burst people down before and I think he sacrificed probably some of his time he could have spent getting a higher tier weapon to get that set bonus set up, and it's just not going to be enough because he just can't do the damage he needs to Natri. But then again, Natri has to be pretty careful. You can see he's going for the Grieve right now, hoping to hit and break Hivemind's parry, pretty much. He might be forced just to kind of pass this turn because if he lands a really strong hit,
most of their stamina on this turn that they have. They'll need to use a consumable item if they want to continue this turn or pass it off to Hivemind, where Hivemind will have an opportunity to use. To be fair,
they certainly have no shortage of consumables, and now is the time to eat those kinds of things.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
But yeah, it's a very, I think Hivemind set himself up with a very good situation. Where
healing themselves back up to full though, and gaining 8 stamina.
I really don't know how Hivemind's going to do it. Hivemind also has very low AV, but Natri is not rolling well on their straight checks. Alright, he finally broke through that Reflect. So he did 68 damage to himself, which isn't that much, which is good. Funny enough, the attack was ineffective as well, which reduces the damage they take. Oh, and they go right to the heavy hitters with an Acerbate for 300 damage. But that's all they have.
Hivemind at 474. He's still alive, starting this turn with 1 stamina again. Gonna need to use another consumable if they want to use their infinite stamina. Hivemind says, everyone, if I die, I want you to know I fought for all of you. Everyone has fallen before me, and I want you to know you were everything to me. Dad, Arab, Mal, Cactus, Grand Highblood, Seer. Alright. Switching to the... Oh, baby! Hivemind is gonna need a miracle to survive this fight, I'm thinking. Even with only taking 1 hit, brought down to almost half his HP.
Yeah. They could definitely stall out again with another defensive move once they get all their stamina going again. But, oh wow, that's actually really bold. They went with a Acquire, the normal 2-cost gain 1d4 stamina. So now they have enough.
As to not use a consumable item.
They might. I think they should still anyway because getting a bit of healing might be the difference between surviving and dying here.
Yeah.
Because it does seem Natri's main weapon is ineffective against Hive Mind, and
Speaking
that
of
little bit of bonus
acquire,
resistance might make a difference.
The way I was thinking of actually fixing Activate would be, instead of making it a 3 cost to get 1d4, with reuse, instead I was thinking it would be a 3 cost to get 1d6 without reuse.
That'd be cool. Yeah, my plan was pretty much just to remove it. But that's along the same lines of that. But yeah, the reusable stamina gain invites exploitation. Even without, if you were given a infinite amount of luck, you'd still be able to, even without any set bonuses at all, get stamina forever. Even though the odds are certainly not in your favor.
Finally bringing themselves up to 186 vitality and giving themselves, getting themselves up to 30 stamina on this turn.
Now, let's see if they can land an Armamentify. It did!
Lands!
Doesn't do any damage, but that's not the important part, because it has 0 base damage in the first place.
The important part is that their Assassinate is going to be favorable, and that's really, like, what they're kind of banking on,
every other move. And,
that's landing another hit to heal themselves.
For an ARF, yeah. Oh, scared me for a second. I thought he ARF'd the enemy. Yep, I think it's pretty good we've made ARF favorable. It certainly fits. Alright, let's see what he can do. 28 stamina, advantage on Natri, and a dream. There's a lot of bonus resistance to beat his way through, but he might be able to do it.
Oh, attempting to inflict daze, unfortunately not able to land it.
Yeah, making Natri have disadvantage on their stamina roll.
Hive Mind, I'd actually say, should be spamming matching! Just matching! Unfortunately.
That's so unfortunate. Twice, too.
I would say, though, Hive Mind should probably actualize, because actualize has reuse, doesn't it? Oh, no, it doesn't. I'm thinking of a different move that just stacks BD onto your attacks. Such a close hit.
Actualize, every attack you make from then on will have +1 BD, but it doesn't stack. So it's the opposite of that. That one's a 1 cost, add 1 BD, and you can stack that in a turn. So his unfavorable assail is now just normal, which I'm guessing was his plan, but really, with how high Natri's AV is, he kind of needs it to be, he needs that advantage, that favorability. And it seems he's certainly suffering from not having it. Even at a flat roll, he's not making it. Oh, there we go. He lands 50 whole damage. Again, that double bonus resistance really, really taking the edge off of his hits. Oh, another hit, again, reduced by the cute bonus and reduced again by bonus resistance. Pretty much his method of damage has just been kind of countered by what Natri has in their pocket, and Natri still has enough space for, like, high damaging moves. So puts Hive Mind's definitely in a pretty rough spot, and missing that Assassinate does not help. Though again, bonus resistance is a roll, so it's always possible that Natri rolls really low bonus resistance, and Hive Mind gets some pretty significant damage in.
Once again, getting an Accuse off before using the remainder of his stamina. Pretty smart move, I'd say. Another 39 damage.
And at this point, every bit counts, especially since Natri is pretty much forced to either pass their turn or hit themselves at least once.
Natri, keep in mind, Natri does have an Assassinate, and if they do land that Assassinate on Hive Mind, I believe that will be most likely a one-hit kill.
Oh, almost certainly, especially considering he is at 700 health, so it might not kill them, but Natri, I think, has a pretty high-tier weapon. We'd have to see. I'm not entirely sure. I don't think it'd one-hit him. But,
that's 84 damage right there.
Yep, immediately gets rid of the Reflectant. So that means Natri can eat an item and go for that Assassinate. And Hive Mind has only 11 avoidance value.
Going for an Asseverate, unfortunately does not land a hit.
Kind of surprised.
Even though it's favorable. And even though they're only
assume he'd go
needed
for an
AV of 11.
Maybe I wouldn't see why he would be saving his healing items. I mean, like, in one hand, it looks pretty good for him right now. Hive Mind doesn't have much damage output, and Natri really only needs to land 2 or 3 powerful hits, and Hive Mind's out of the game. But I'd personally be going for a heavy meat candy. And that's kind of what he's doing. He's going for a candy food. So it looks like he's trying to keep his health topped up, though it still hasn't dropped below 1,000.
That's true, yeah.
Or I think it might have, but only barely.
And a Severate lands for 307 damage. That's gotta be hurting. But passing their turn
doesn't matter much with that bonus damage tacked onto the Servate.
Hive Mind starting off the turn with 402 stamina. And vitality.
As long as he still has food on him, he'll be able to get up to a pretty high amount of stamina every round. Natri can get a fair amount with what they have, but it's nothing in comparison with Hive Mind has to throw around.
Switching
but his
to
attacks
the
do a lot less damage. Because I have to admit, for our final few fights, I can't exactly complain about them taking a while. But yeah, looking at our final 4 contestants, I'd have to say, if there's any fight I'd think would be the closest, I'd say Gab versus Natri would be certainly interesting. I believe they both have completely maxed out gear, and Natri does a very good job at kind of just getting in before Gabriel does, and reducing that critical damage.
This fight that we're watching right now, though, I gotta say, I'd compare it most to the Rock Lee versus Gaara fight from Naruto. It's kind of how
I'm sorry, I don't know. I haven't seen that. Damn, I don't understand what you're talking about.
Understandable.
But I'm sure it's a relevant statement. I'll take your word for it.
Hive Mind's gonna, if Hive Mind has any hope of winning this fight, they're gonna need to have a moment where they're able to take off their ankle weights that weigh enough to leave giant craters in the ground to move fast enough to be able to get as many hits in as possible. Yeah.
Well, unfortunately, he does not land his Armamentify this turn.
Unfortunate.
I've seen that somewhere.
It misses the ARF on themselves, unfortunately. They definitely needed that healing.
Yeah, especially every bit they could get at this point.
Some Fs from the fans.
But their health is pretty high, all things considered. And as long as he can keep up forcing Natri to like waste some stamina breaking through his defenses, he should be able to stave off getting assassinated. Which is pretty much the only thing he can do at this point. Though with no modifiers, I think Natri's Assassinate might do 400 to 500 damage, which sounds like a lot, but it's not enough to one-hit Hive Mind. So, want to see how it pans out.
The Assassinate misses, unfortunate. Definitely needed that.
And now we'll go for a bunch of assails. Again, I really think he would have been better off with the, maybe, because he has a 2 stamina reduction, I think he probably would have been a lot better off with a 3 cost reuse level 2 damage. Because that means if he does land his advantage, he'd be actually rolling favorably, instead of unfavorable and barely making it to neutral. But like I said, like sometimes you only have so much time to prepare, so you can't make the perfect weapon. You kind of just got to go with what you have.
9 damage from an assail.
Boy howdy, that bonus resistance is really taking the wind out of Hive's sails.
Yeah.
Since even his assassinates only do 100, maybe 200 or 300 if you got a lot luckier. And Natri has stuff that can heal him for 100 or 200 even after our changes. It's gonna be a pretty hard fight.
Natri starting their turn now with 6 stamina.
Yeah, and for them, how much damage
immediately
they
starting off with a crit. Hitting
A crit
themselves,
to
though!
himself.
Oh,
Yeah, that's what I was about
unfortunate.
to say. Is that was a crit off of Hivemind's deflection. So that will be 180. I think he's just done more damage to himself than Hivemind has over the past 2 turns.
That's true, yeah.
So that's... Even though he was aggrieving to try to get rid of that barrier, he ended up kind of doing it to himself. But then again, he still has 4 stamina. He hasn't eaten anything yet. And he might be able to get an assassinate off now.
Yeah.
And there's Hivemind will probably survive it, maybe, depending on if he ate an item with very high bonus damage, which he just did. Okay, I think he's gonna go for that assassinate. If he lands this with 8 BD, nope, he's just going for acerbate, which to be fair is still a pretty fair move. Looks like he's just going for the acerbates, which I can't blame him. It's still a pretty good option here.
Yeah.
Does he even have an assassinate anywhere? There's 2 stamina left. Oh, man.
I'm sure that they do. I remember seeing they do, in fact, have an assassinate.
I can't imagine anyone here really wouldn't run it.
Passing the turn back to Hivemind, now with 588 HP. Natri now bringing himself down to below 1,000 HP, finally.
Yeah, and Hivemind actually didn't get hit at all that round, which is...
Hivemind says, throws up.
It's a stressful fight, but he managed to get away with a round with no damage, let alone Natri doing damage to themselves. And Natri didn't actually heal themselves last round as well, because they went for that bonus damage. So they're going to probably be knocked, assuming that Hivemind can land a couple of good hits, maybe down to 800 or 700.
Exactly 20 stamina.
All right,
we'll see what he does with it.
Top. Alright, Armamentify again unfortunately misses. But we'll have to see if they're able to land their assassinate as low as a chance as it is.
Meanwhile, Fuller G-verse sending me battle maps for every room in the D&D campaign Curse of Strahd. What a fucking champ he is.
Oh man. I look forward to playing that sometime.
Oh yeah.
Alright, looks like he sets up his actualize. His ardor does miss. But hey, sometimes some things just work. Okay. Oh, he went for his assassinate, but that's a 15 and he needs a 17 or higher.
Yeah. Oh, unfortunately unfavorable. It's good to know that it actually is. I was wrong. It is possible for him to get a natural 20 to crit.
Yeah, no, it is. I don't believe Natri is running a meta or a light perk. So I think they could roll nat 20s. And oh, they just did. Yeah. Although it's kind of funny, it takes a 20 and a 19 just to deal 16 damage.
Yeah.
Really, Hivemind's almost better off just
probably using a Aggrieve, I'd say.
Yeah, just having.
But true, if he hits with the Aggrieve, the bonus resistance will completely remove any damage from the attacks he's dealing.
Yeah, I think going with the Qs honestly has done more work for him than anything else.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Aggrive's definitely rough because even with a slightly higher chance of landing.
Yet another miss.
Just not going to do any damage.
I'm going to kill myself.
Oh, that's another nat 20 he ends up losing out on because that's an unfavorable attack. It definitely would be going a lot better for him right now if he If he just had a better attack, but couldn't we all?
Yeah.
Natri getting 7 stamina, which means he'll have a lot of space to move, but he's down to a little under 900, which of course still a lot of health, but who knows? That barrier's up. Let's see what Natri does to break it.
Meanwhile, Chloe coming into the room with some Burger King for me.
I don't know which one's
Damn. Quality. I think I have some jambalaya sitting around for me somewhere when I have the time to eat. I might go and take.
Alright, Natri's
Maybe when
starting
it
to
comes
turn
down
with
to
7
Hive Mind.
stamina.
Maybe when Hive Mind starts to do their setup turn where they take 5 minutes to get 100 stamina. Get myself some nice food. Alright, that is a high tier item. With all the vitality nerfs we can put out there, it still heals them almost to full just due to how low Hive Mind's damage has just been.
Yeah.
Natri is gonna try to break the shield and leave room for stronger attacks, but that's 2 misses.
Ooh!
And 3! They did not think that one through. They ate their
They ate meat, which tier 8 meat, giving themselves 288 damage.
Again, Natri so far, I think this combat now has done more damage to themselves than Hive Mind has done to them.
Yeah.
Showing off the power of that defensive move. But they do get an Acerbate that actually does land on Hive Mind, kind of equaling the ground here for 283. And they're going to do it again. And if they land this, both of these, Hive Mind's going to be on his last ropes.
Yeah. Oh, that's another 92 damage.
Yep. Yeah, Hive Mind stuff is very clearly a slightly
another
lower
69.
tier.
I gotta say, Hive Mind must be low on HP right now.
Definitely in his last couple hundred. Let's see. Hive Mind is en route to 330, which is definitely within crit. If he gets unlucky crit, he could be out of the game. But again, he's got his turn, and his turns consist of like 20-something stamina. And you can do a lot with that much energy. Although apparently sometimes doing a lot is missing an unfavorable attack 15 times in a row.
Well, Hive Mind accelerates themselves, or activates themselves back up to 20. I'm going to go get myself my Burger King. Be right back.
Ooh. Well, sorry, stream. I'm going to take that advantage to get myself some own food. So you'll just have to sit here with the battle music, watching Hive Mind roll himself up to 20 stamina. Have a good time.
Unfortunately, missing that assassinate. So unfortunate. Natri is a very defensive build. It is, again, I gotta say, very interesting. It is like an anime fight of a character who is able to attack a lot and very quickly. But unfortunately, their opponent is just such a brick wall that it's hard for them to really make any headway. And that's it for Hive Mind stamina this turn. Hivemind saying, God, I promise if I win this, I'll go back to church. Alright, starting with Hivemind with 8 stamina, luckily enough surviving with 203 vitality. They're definitely going to want to use some consumables this turn if they want to have any hope of surviving.
Alright, I am back. I got a big bowl of jambalaya. There's good shrimp. And nobody's dead yet! Huzzah!
No, it's still glowing when it's been pretty intense.
Oh, I can tell, yeah. Alright, looks like they missed themselves with an ARF. Always unfortunate. And their Armamentify doesn't land either.
Especially when they're so low on HP.
Yeah, even their healing item, I think, got them up. Let's see where they use it. They got them up to 389, which might let them survive one more hit, but not looking good.
A lot of moral support for Hivemind in the chat.
And his Assassinate does miss again, which is always unfortunate to see, but now it's just him, a lot of stamina, and a dream. This is really good shrimp.
Well, dealing 54 damage with one of those attacks. Oh, and then another 81!
Another missed nat 20 because he's unfavorable. He's definitely gonna feel pretty bad for that in the end, but who knows. Another missed nat 20.
Unfortunate.
Missed 19. And ooh, he didn't save himself enough stamina to deflect or whatever. I forget what that attack's named. So that means Natri's gonna be able to go all out.
Yeah.
I might die here. Well, credit where credit's due. Hivemind's definitely put up a pretty good fight here.
Oh yeah.
Natri does seem to still be starting. Oh, I guess Hivemind started with a reflection. Yeah. Well, Natri is now up to maximum vitality. There is no reflector in his way. And an Acervate will do a lot of damage to Hivemind, not quite finishing him. 3 stamina left. If he lands in a Grieve, that might be it.
Yeah.
Oh,
and that's it. That's the final hit of the match.
The bonus resistance is not enough to save Hivemind. He stood his best, but looks like Natri is going to be moving on to the final.
Good game to both competitors. Hivemind put up a very good fight in the last moments here. And I gotta say, managed to make this fight last longer than it might have been otherwise.
Well, speaking of fight styles, certainly last a very long time. We can move on to our other semifinals.
Natri moves on to the next round, moving on to the finals. Now let's see who wins the fight now between Gab and Rithalkin. Let's just ensure they're both online right now. If you can pull the competitors out.
Yep. I've moved Natri away, and their channels are in place whenever you are ready. I think Gabriel's actually been in the room the whole time.
Hivemind. Big F in the chat for Hivemind. Put up a good fight.
I think he never moved Gab out of the room. I think he's been in the room the whole time.
I think Gab is in a different room in my house from a different fight.
No, they keep getting all the same messages, but regardless. Yeah, they were already here, but now they're here twice. Doesn't matter.
Yeah.
All right, second to final fight. Yeah, I mean, Hive still got like, still made it to the third to last fight. Pretty good.
God, Burger King burgers are tiny, man. I finished that shit in like 2 minutes.
Yeah, I mean, that's why you just get like 2 of them.
I did.
Really?
Got 2 double cheeseburgers. It took me less than like 5 minutes to eat both of them.
Jeez, that's rough.
Most of that time I spent eating was eating my chicken fingers.
Fast food's supposed to be fast, you know.
I guess so.
I was having a conversation about the fish sandwiches at McDonald's. They're not great, but God, I'm a sucker for just cheap fish sandwiches. They have like no substance to them. I just kind of eat them.
While we're waiting for these guys to prepare, let's check the spectator stands to see what they have to say. Oh, we got some pretty good anime gifs of what's going on here. Oh yeah, it would be the Dragon Slayer fight is also a pretty good equivalent to what was happening there. There's a lot of anime fights that are very similar.
Yeah. Oh, excuse me. I've been pretty surprised by Natri's performance right now.
As I mentioned before, here's the Rock Lee versus versus Gaara fight.
Yeah, I heard from a lot of the other players as they made their plans and such, but I really hadn't heard much of Natri until they started actually fighting, and they've certainly proved their preparedness, making it all the way to the finals.
I was just given a Sprite in a bottle, but I don't have a bottle opener.
That's what we have the desks and determination for.
Dragon Slayer Gab? Sorry, no, I meant Demon Slayer. My apologizing. Gab fighting. Gab is One Punch Man. Yeah, honestly.
That is kind of his build, yeah.
Yeah. One Punch!
Well, if you remember, Rakdan does come equipped with rocket trait. That means they'll get first draw.
Gab with the I'm sorry, little one. Gamora.
If they don't give Gab a turn, they might be able to pull it off.
Yeah.
Even then, you know, Gab can still miss.
I really can't open this without a fucking bottle opener.
I mean, fair, if it's a soda, it's probably like one of those screw-off caps.
It isn't. I'm trying. This is just a real cap.
Damn. No cap.
Stan Brown Hive Biden.
God, yeah. Imagine if we really did end up having a loser bracket. We'd be here all week.
Something I kind of want to do is just let everybody heal up, put them all into a room, and fucking beat each other to death.
I think that was like your original plan. You're like, there's literally no way we could do that, though.
Yeah.
The 1 or 2 people... Oh my god. I think somebody's running the full Doom. Or maybe they at least used to have it when they were grinding. So full Doom would be kind of hilarious against everybody in one big fight. Because that hits everybody on crit would be kind of excessive.
Yeah.
It'd be really something. Let's see, how are our competitors doing? I think Gab's ready. Rakdan just gave us their trait list, so they're probably ready.
They got Rocket, which means
give
they're
them a
going
reconfirm.
first.
They have a Noir switch in. I'm guessing that Noir Rocket is probably on their temp weapon, so I don't know what their actual trait bonus is going to be when they get to fighting.
Yeah.
Because just plus one AV might not be enough, but to be fair, that is 16 AV, and that's pretty hard to hit, even with a plus D4. Who knows?
All right, the winner of this moving on to the finals against Natri.
Mm-hmm. I'm expecting quite a pair of fights here, either very quick and powerful or interesting.
Let's pull Rathalkin into strife. As well as
8 stamina start.
Yo,
that's
pretty
exactly
solid.
What they need in this fight.
Exactly what they want. I mean, they're going to be getting a lot more anyway.
That's true, but... Froggy cheese.
Oh, I got it! Yes! I managed to use my wedding ring to open this bottle of soda.
That's beautiful.
Wait, no, I'm able to twist the cap now, but it's still not coming off.
Oh yes, I remember Gerald here didn't actually go with the mind set bonus version. They're just going for the -1 and a little bit of gambling.
This is not a twist cap, unfortunately.
But it's still effectively infinite. Though we have to wait around a lot longer while they charge up. No, well, not they roll four times in a row. All right, they're at their 20 mark. Yes, ironically, with builds like this, how much you actually roll doesn't matter.
I just had a cool idea for a new move, a new action.
Oh no!
An action
Ken has an idea.
An action that costs 2 to use, or maybe even just 1, and it means that you'll get 4 stamina on your next turn, guaranteed.
Seems pretty interesting.
Instead of rolling, it's just 4.
I kind of like it. That could be like it'd probably be a 2 cost. I think that's pretty fair. We do have one blue move to replace. Yeah, we're actually pretty tight on our actions. I think I'm pretty happy with most of our action roster. We definitely will have a lot more space for the traits, though.
Inverting the grist effectiveness, hopefully trying to get a big hit off on Gabe.
Oh yeah, again, I really wonder if they've actually been paying attention to grist effectiveness, or if they have like a diamond weapon or something like, or not diamond, I guess a shitty weapon, so that like it would be ineffective. I don't know. Maybe I'll see what they have later on. That Noir hit bonus, currently the only hit bonus in the game. Can't blame them for going for it. 150, 130, 180. They're getting some pretty solid hits from Gab.
Very solid hits in.
As strong as Gab is, he only has so much health.
Yeah, that's true. Wow.
If he's not going to get his turn to even swing, it doesn't look great for them, but another 170.
Just going straight into the Agreeves.
Yep, I can't do quick math, so I can't tell how close they are. But
and that's all the stamina that they have available to them.
Now let's see how much health does Gab have left.
Unless they're planning on using a consumable to get 3 more stamina to try and... Oh, shit!
Oh my god, they actually managed it. I wasn't even able to count all those attacks, but apparently that was all the difference we needed.
Shit.
Rakthan actually managed it. That rocket trait coming in clutch.
One Punch Man taken down.
By 1,000, death by 1,000 cuts.
Good job to Gab, though, for getting the 12 times crit setup, is, I gotta say, was pretty powerful, although... I think Gab probably would have been better off in the fight against Natri than Rathalkin is, because Rathalkin's probably going to have the exact same problem that Hivemind did in the last round.
Possibly, we'll see. I think Rakthan has some other options up their sleeves. They do have about 4 or 5 different weapons, but that was just the strategy they went with. I have to admit, not the outcome I was expecting, but certainly an interesting one.
I was honestly, let's see. Sure, yeah. I want to.
I think that kind of proves our point in the end, is that it's pretty obvious that infinite stamina is a little better than one really strong hit. But we did our best to rein that in.
Yeah.
All right. I don't even need a TP Gab out because we're about to have our last fight.
Gab, after one-shotting both Andy the Illusion and Catch. Rat fight.
Some of our most anticipated fighters. All right. Move Natri back into the fight zone, and we're about to have our.
We're in the finals.
Fight.
This is it. This is the end.
Rat versus Nat.
Rat, yeah. All right. We're at the very end here, everybody. What song should I'm gonna ask the everybody watching? What song should I put on here?
Let's see what's going on. Ask just the spectator stands to see if they have any.
Well, Thrower says that Rat should invest in swag points, and I fully agree with that.
Invest in swag points.
Carnivale, all right. Sounds good to me. I love Carnivale. That's the game over music, I believe.
Is it? All right.
Let's listen to Carnivale Extended. Here we go. Let's go. The very end. This is it. Our final contestants. I believe they're both ready. So let's pull them in.
Nat. Two max level players, all ready to lay the smackdown.
Here we go.
Game over.
The Falcon building up.
A Rat stands in a corner, yelling loudly as they charge up their attacks. Sweet cheese. They just ate a tier 3 candy because they didn't actually have enough stamina to start their stamina gain. Because they don't have the mind trait. They have a slightly weaker version of it.
Natri moving into this fight, I can only imagine thinking, God damn it, this again!
I don't know. Raksan definitely has higher tier items than their last fight. And I know they have a wider diversity of strategies other than just hit them a bunch. But it is, in fact, another stamina generating build.
Yeah,
they made it to the finals for a reason. But I want to see, can Natri, is their cute cat build enough to protect them from the dangers of damage? Or will Raksan be able to burst through their defenses?
Just setting up here. Taking a while to get all the way to 20.
But like I said, they aren't using the mindset. They're just using the normal discount move. So they still lose 1 stamina when they roll 1.
This is Natri's 3rd time fighting the mind exploit.
This isn't mind trade even. This is literally base.
This is
just... They just reduced it activate to be a 2-cost 1d4.
18. Oh, 20! There it is!
Alright. I guess the one downside with
everybody's bon voyage reacting with a rat on all of their actions here. Let's go. Rat time. The unstoppable force meets the immovable object.
And that is kind of what it's going for. Though Gab was certainly going more for the unstoppable force. Being unstoppable doesn't help if you don't get the move in the first place.
Go, Rat Boy, go! Go, Rat Boy, go!
The utility cheese. Alright, looks like they might still be trying to set up some other pieces first. Oh, probably going for that actualize.
They're gonna need that extra bonus damage.
Oh, they went for the actualize.
Rats! Rats! We're the rats! We watch at night, we stalk at night, we're the rats! I'm the giant rat that makes all of the rules. We'll see what kind of trouble we can get ourselves into.
God, that's such a classic. I love it so much.
The cheese.
Oh,
ooh, immediately starting off with 217, a 67. They're actually dealing damage to the mountain. 237.
Yeah. Natri has a lot of bonus resistance, and they take less BD, but Rakman just has 280 base damage on these attacks. Yeah. And that's a lot of freaking damage.
It is a lot of damage.
Like, when you're not relying on crits, when you're relying on base damage. But like you can see it, like Natri's bonus resistance
51.
Made that do 51 damage.
Natri starting their turn now with 628, brought down almost to half.
Yeah, pretty much. Let's see if they can. But Gerald is by no means as tanky. They do also have, I believe they have 16 AV, but I don't think Natri actually has the Noir trait as well, which is a bonus that Rathan's definitely been taking advantage of.
Alright. I'm interested to see Natri not attacking yet.
And I mean, that 8 stamina roll is definitely good for them, considering that they don't have infinite stamina.
Just check in while we wait the
I wonder what their plan is.
Oh, Natri's back now, it seems.
They're just thinking.
Checking their Silodex.
Yeah, they have a lot of stuff, but I don't know how much of it's relevant.
Yeah, they're probably gonna want to be healing here after getting brought down almost to their knees.
They do still have 6 tier 8 food candies, so I don't think they're in any
bringing
shortage.
Themselves back up to 916 vitality.
Glad we nerfed it. But it's a pretty good amount.
Glad we nerfed it, or it would have been full.
Yep.
Oh, missing with the Asseverate.
Oh, it seems Racken only has 14 AV.
Oh, 278 with that attack right there.
Yeah, interesting. Doesn't do quite as much. Raktan's ability to invert burst type effectiveness apparently is working in their favor, because it seems that these hits are all ineffective. It's been Jerry the whole time.
All right, what are they gonna do now? Which weapon are they switching to?
That is the prototype. I can see our spectator chat and our YouTube chat has a very clear favorite in this fight. As much as they're rooting for the rat, though, it's up to Rathan and Natri to actually decide who wins this.
Yeah.
So Gerald went down to 900. So they're only like 8 vitality away from each other. Talk about an evenly matched fight. But to be fair, Rathan hasn't actually eaten anything yet, so that might not stand for very long.
Mm-hmm. Ruthalkin just building up their stamina, or at least trying to, going back down lower. It is possible that they could get lower than go back all the way to 0, although it is unlikely.
God, that'd be terrible. You need to roll 1 like 12 times in a row.
Chat spamming, we like the rat with rockets. Don't understand the reference, but alright.
Rats go into space.
Rats go into space.
Oh boy.
At 18 now. Now at 20. Now let's see what Ruthalkin is going to do with all this stamina.
I really would like to see their objects once they're done here. I want to see if they really did have artifact type weapons and have just been inverting their effectiveness. Or if they just happen to have very well tuned weapons. But it's pretty hard to tell what kind of grist other people have as their weapons unless they legitimately show them off.
Once again, inverting the grist effectiveness for the turn. I'm going to scroll through the chat here just to see what people have been saying. Posting funny rat gifs, I see.
Natri pulls out the power to beat the overpowered villain. Yeah, and certainly the bonus damage on all actions that Ratson is able to lay out is certainly something. Well, he has his tier 13 weapon out, and it looks like he's gonna probably give it the business after eating some food. That is certainly one big difference between the two, though. It doesn't seem like Ratson has any healing items, just at all. Like,
well, they have sweet cheese, but that's it, and there's only one sweet cheese left.
Tier 3 candy and a tier 5 meat.
Yeah.
They are very underprepared in the food section. But looking at it, they might not even need it.
Another 242 damage with that Asseverate. Number 208. Is this going to be it?
To be fair, Natri is reduced. These are 5-cost moves, and that 20 stamina goes away fast.
That's true.
Natri's build has been reducing these hits by a lot. That one went down by about 80 damage. It did 80 damage less than base. And that's after considering Raxton's spent stamina to deal extra bonus damage.
Yeah.
Then in turn got half.
Yeah.
So Natri's tank build is definitely making a difference. But when your base damage is almost 300 per hit...
Well, getting themselves some more stamina to do another Asseverate, I believe. And it misses! Unfortunate. That is the last stamina item that they have. Meaning they're going to be relying entirely just on them.
Yes, they'll be limited now to only infinite stamina. Instead of infinite plus 3.
Inflicting daze.
Oh, well that's interesting.
That was a hit, which means that the Natri is going to start with 0 on their next turn.
I mean, I guess it's better than passing.
That's true.
They'll start with 6. It's a daze, not a stun.
Oh yeah, sorry, daze, yeah.
It looks like Natri still has their luck with them, and they are still very well equipped for consumables. So although their health is significantly lower, whatever health Gerald has is how much health they have for the rest of this fight.
That's true.
They have no way to heal
Bringing
at all.
themselves up to 754.
Yeah, it's not much, especially considering Gerald's and the damage that's been being put out, but...
This is going to be an interesting fight, to say the least.
Yeah. Natri can... It really comes down to... I almost kind of wish Natri had, like, developed a little bit more into the defensive build. If they'd taken something like a reflect or a something that reduced it.
Ooh!
Oh my god!
Oh wow! A natural crit for 608 damage!
I think Gerald's down to like 4 health!
Oh my god, 11 vitality!
That is a natural crit!
Natri just needs to hit one more time!
He has 4 stamina.
With anything they have. Even
one of these are Green Lamps.
And that's it! That's the game! It came close! It came very close! But Natri is our champion.
Oh, see, now that's how crits should work. Crits should come up out of nowhere and cause you to take 600 damage. Oh my god. In the end, Natri's tanking abilities did in fact... I couldn't do the math right now, but I would say it's not unreasonable to say that the bonus resistance Natri was constantly receiving definitely saved their lives.
I gotta say, it was a close game. Both ways.
Minus 52, minus 51.
Congratulations to both of our competitors for getting this far in the tournament. And most of all, congratulations to Natri for achieving the title of a champion.
Absolutely. Good job, Natri. What a finish.
I'm going to ask him if he wants to join our call.
There's been some pretty big upsets. Throughout this fight. You pinged
Can
Natri
everyone
and
revive and gang up on Natri now?
You pinged Natri and Raktan's channel.
Did I?
You can't respond. Yeah.
Oh, Natri says sure. All right, I'm gonna send him a
send him an invite
a friend request and then invite him to our call here.
Oh boy, that honestly, if Rathan has brought some healing items. They had a really cool strategy. I mean, obviously infinite stamina, but I like the rest of their setup. Inverting their grist type was pretty cool.
That was very smart. And almost gave them enough to win. They got very close. Very close.
That was almost what I was always hoping to see. I wanted to see a defensive build win in the end, and Natri did it.
I'm gonna be honest. I think that if the rat came in with some more cheese, they would have won.
Yeah, I think if they just had some food with them, if they had some way to restore their health.
If they had some higher tier cheese to get more stamina, I think they would have been able to get the kill on the last turn.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it could have been either way. I think I wouldn't have ended that turn, that's for sure. But yeah, all right, let's go talk to our victor.
Yeah, let me. Oh wait.
Oh, that was a different thing. I thought that was the new chat you just opened.
Yeah.
Doesn't want to talk to us anymore.
Natri hasn't accepted my friend request quite yet. Just wait. You need to accept my friend request to add you to the group chat. Because I can't actually add people to group chats unless I'm their friend, unfortunately.
Lame. Imagine not just calling completely random strangers on Discord. Oh boy, that was quite the end.
Yeah, I gotta say that was an amazing tournament.
Oh yeah, no, definitely it went a little longer than we expected. That's for sure.
But it ended interestingly.
Especially coming down to our final, 6 or 8 competitors, which was pretty much the cream of the crop of what was around. As well as some people with some.
Looks like he's added me to his friend list, so let me add him now.
Alrighty.
Here he comes. Hello.
Hello.
Oh,
there you are. How does it feel to be the champion? And what will you do now, as they say in the movies?
I'll look through the store to see what I actually want.
All right. Do you have any idea of what you want to get?
Not sure. I haven't actually really looked through it yet. I didn't think I was going to win.
Well, congratulations.
Yes, you did a very good job, and it's very funny that I think a lot of people were expecting one of the 2 things that we had kind of been talking about for a while, the assassinations and the infinite stamina, to be, what came out on top. But
using
a defensive build.
Yeah. Your defensive build did just be able to carry. How were you feeling at the very end of that last match when you got so close to dying?
Oh yeah, I was pausing for one a long time to decide whether I should just go for a meat or a heal.
Mm.
So I wasn't. It's like either it's this round or the next one. You could kill me.
Yeah.
I got the crit, which I think I might have died next turn if I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's certainly possible. You guys ended up having a very intense fight, and that crit definitely was a make or break moment.
Yeah. I gotta say that was extremely entertaining, and I gotta say congratulations once again for making it all the way through with your defensive build.
You and all of our other competitors made quite the good show out of it. So.
Mm-hmm.
Well, yeah,
Well,
certainly.
yeah, thank you for playing, and I'm gonna give you on pretty much any server I guess I have that you're in. I'll give you the Pestercord champion role.
Okay.
First tournament's winner.
Yeah, and with that, I think we can wrap up the stream.
1 second. Could we do the exhibition match between me and Gab? I still want to see if I can tank it.
Sure. You know what? I'm actually I'm interested as well.
You know what? I said in the stream earlier. I really wanted to see this. So yeah, sure. Let's get Gab in here.
Yeah, sure. Because I want to see if what Gab will do with his 12-time crits.
Survive it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Heal yourself up. We'll get Gab in there. We will have to go revive Gab. So
yeah, I'm gonna need. I'm gonna need to edit the database here really quick.
Yeah, I'm saying you need to go crack open the data and bring him back to life. Grab him from the jaws of death. Mm-hmm. We're not done with him yet. He's not allowed to die.
Eggs is my true nemesis, and he doesn't even know it. Says Rat in the chat. Because Eggs got stuck on stuck on Egg's house for like.
I think that's actually what screwed. I think they got stuck with like I don't know 100 actions left or something silly like that. Yeah, if I had not been trapped at Eggs, I could have made tier 13 armor and food.
Oh damn.
I have to admit that does explain why they were pretty under-equipped for in the food department. But to be fair, there's also been like a lot of food strewn around the ground. I bet that's what he was trying to get.
All right. Let me just grab Gab's Discord ID real quick.
Go hunt him down in our big old database.
The databases. All right, here we go. Setting their action count to 0, so they'll be able to use the sleep command.
They get their single action. Yeah, make sure they tell them to. I'll tell them.
All right, they should be able to revive themselves back up in the room as soon as they start up the bot here. But they have to make sure they use sleep first, or else will not be good.
I had them do it. Maybe the bot's still going up.
It's still going up, yeah.
Oh, whoops, sorry. Usually takes like only a couple seconds.
There we go. Bot is awake. Tell them to sleep. Oh yeah, and also Hivemind was wanting to fight Edgy Lad too, so we could run that too. He paid me $5 in super chats to do that.
Bribery. Doesn't seem like Gab can take an action.
Oh, I think they already did. No, they didn't. No,
the bot was still going up. Did you not set it to? So it's like negative.
I set Gab's action limit. Oh, I never actually. Oh, whoops! I got to restart the bot again. I never actually saved this.
Yeah, that'd do it.
I gotta write the changes here. All right, and restart the bot.
What I was saying a lot about like the higher level attacks is like bonus resistance is nice and cutting bonus damage down is nice, but when the base damage is just so high compared to your bonus resistance roll, it's just like doesn't make too much of a difference.
Yeah.
I mean, I always want to go back and do the math between the two fighters because I feel like the difference that the bonus resistance made from Natri probably saved his life. Because he made it to like 400 health on that last turn.
Yeah.
And, there was like 100 damage off this attack, 80 off this one. I need to scroll past about 100 activates. Hang on. Let's see what else actually hit them. 41 damage off this attack. 80 off of this one. Another 40 here. 110 damage they didn't take. I honestly think that if you didn't, and even more considering that the cute reduced a bunch of bonus damage as well, which we can't even see.
Mm-hmm.
So it's like the 26 was gonna be 52 bonus damage. So I think honestly their defensive build, every bit of it, is what kept them alive.
Yeah.
Let alone a couple hits that just didn't land because Gab had 16 AV.
All right, Gab is fully healed and ready to go. Natri, if you're healed, let's pull you both into strife.
Flip the coin. A very faithful coin because.
No. I'm just gonna pass until Gab does his assassin.
Oh, you're just gonna face tank his assassinate. All right, I guess.
Yeah, I'm excited
and Gab
to see how that
starts
works.
with 8 stamina.
Oh, perfect.
Just because.
Just out of sheer luck.
Okay. He's gonna eat a candy anyway. He still has he's 15, 25. He still has like 40 tier 8 candies left.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Talk
he
about
made a lot.
I wonder if he has like a second. I wonder if he has like a second weapon with assassinate on it. All right, come on, Gab, give him
Let's
the big
see the
hit.
assassinate.
Oh, my
Oh,
God!
still.
Oh, no, I died.
Yeah, still enough to do it.
My God, that's actually insane.
Wow. Yeah.
246. I mean, times 12 is a big number. I gotta say. Yeah, even with 3 levels, it was ineffective. There's 2 rounds of BR.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see. The base damage of that is still 111.
Still, yeah, no, Gab.
Weird.
Gab with the very heavy hits. Luckily for Rakthal, though, probably would not have survived if Gab got a turd. But Rat only needed 1.
Our internal math might be a little bit off. I think that should have come off to be about 1,300. Nat would still be super dead, but it's something I should look into.
It looks like if I rolled really good, I could actually tank it.
Oh yeah, definitely.
It would be possible.
If you got because like you have like up to 50 BR. If like one of those 20s.
Yeah.
I think your 60 is your max.
As long as you get it below, as long as you were able to get at least 100 bonus resistance, it would have
he would have needed 146.
Yeah, 146, then you would have survived.
And of course, he could have also just missed you as well, but he just didn't. Well, I guess that answers that question.
Yep.
But at least the rat dealt with the critter for you, so everybody was. Maybe I can't do the math.
Thank you, Mava Geis, for subscribing. Greatly appreciate it. And is Edgy Lad online currently? Oh, and also thank you, Only True Paradox, as well for subscribing. Greatly appreciated. It really helps small channels like ours a lot. All right. If we want to try and do that last Hive fight before we wrap up the stream here, I'll see if Edgy Lad is online.
But yes, thank you very much, Natri, for joining us.
Thank you for hosting this tournament. I had a lot of fun.
It's been a lot of fun for us too. You can get to Cam whenever you find your time for what you want.
Absolutely.
There's no rush.
Will do.
Yeah, have a good day.
Thank you very much.
You too.
Alright, that was a lot of fun. Let's see if...
Alright. Let's see if we can get that one final fight. It's not a bribe, it's a sponsor. We'll have to bring them back from the dead too. Definitely putting that on the list of tools. You don't need healing items. It's fine. Have myself some victory tacos. Respectable.
Respectable indeed.
I hope you have better standards than like Taco Bell or something. Get yourself a nice I don't know. Probably a local taco place, honestly.
All right.
Support local business. That's been your message from Doc for the day. Support your local businesses.
All right, let me just update Edgy Lad and Hive's databases, and we can do that last fight.
Yeah, because they're both dead.
Yeah.
Let me go see if I can find their channels. Hive is pretty high up because I only just recently removed him. Edgy Lad's gonna be a little further down. He's actually not that down. Bot's down up in the chat. Where's Edgy Lad? There we go.
All right. There's Edgy Lad. Let me find Mind here.
Oh yeah, I'm definitely looking forward to.
Oh, and thank you. Sear. Thank you so much for donating $10 in the super chat. I appreciate it. He says thank you all for an amazing show. I appreciate it. I'm so glad you enjoyed it. I'm so glad you had fun.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much for playing Pestercord and enjoying it. I'm gonna have more Pestercord updates soon about the bot. Where next time if you want to know next time you'll be able to play it, I recommend joining, subscribing to this channel as well as joining the Discord server. The link should be in the description for the tablestuck/Pestercord server. I'll be doing announcements there when we run Pestercord events like this in the future. But thank you so much, Sear, for that. It's greatly appreciated.
Yep, definitely by far the best place to go to ask questions about the bot and how it ends up going. Mm-hmm. As we go forward, we try to keep people pretty updated with what things are going on.
Yeah.
And I already got a bunch of things other than like basic fixes that I've been talking about through our past few streams that like obviously need to be addressed. But there's a lot of other content and stuff that we'll be adding in our quest to make this a finished product, and then one day, have it work with the rest of Tablestuck.
Yeah.
But we get there when we get there,
All right, just writing the changes now. We should be able to do this one final strife. Between Edgy Lad and Hivemind as requested. Let me just see here. The bot's just starting up.
Tell me when it's actually alive and well, and I'll tell him.
All right. All right. We need them both to do sleep, because that's the only action they'll be able to take during the tournament.
Mm-hmm. All right, they're both alive and well.
Make sure to do heal as well.
I teleport them both to the room, and we will have our final brawl.
All right, I believe they're both in the same room. Here, let me just double check. Edgy Lad is also here. God, don't fail me now. All right. All right. Let me flip the coin to determine who's going to be going first. And it is, let me see, it's heads, which means it's going to be Hivemind going first. Alright. So let's start with Hivemind, and then we'll bring in Edgy. And let's see how this goes. Right. Let me put on some music here real quick. They're streamers. Why not?
Oh, I love that one.
Just gonna turn the light on in this room here so I can see.
You don't need to see. You have the light of Discord to see by. Alrighty, and it begins. Pledge to make DHB the mascot of the tournament. Get out of here! Wait, I know I just said this, but I want to see this. Where's my change.org? So dumb you can't see change.org things without logging in. What do you want out of me? They have 8 signatures. That's 8 more than I thought they'd get. Alright, Hivemind's charging up. Everyone can go get their coffee breaks now. It'll be a while. Oh man, I'm gonna make myself some hot chocolate and like... What? I was talking to some friends yesterday. I have Disney Plus and I realized that like a bunch of old live action shows that I loved watching when I was a kid are on. So I was like, I could binge all of Wizards of Waverly Place.
Oh yeah?
I did the math, and excluding the movies, I think it's like 41 hours of television.
Oh my God.
I've been watching, give or take a couple hours.
Yeah.
So yeah, I was saying I could just watch them all at double speed, and I could get it done in a little less than a day. And that's how I'd relax from running the tournament. That's my plan.
Inflicting days here with 21 damage. Hey Doc, by the way, did you see the art of did you hear about the fucking the fucking Cat in the Hat shit?
Oh fucking yes! I saw that image last night. Oh my God!
Do you know what we were talking about?
No, I don't. I wasn't there for the context.
Oh.
But I saw the image, and oh my God, I love it.
Ooh, a pretty good shot from Hivemind. So basically, what it was is
I unfortunately missed his assassination.
I had a horrifying dream the other night where I was like, I don't know, the most part of it doesn't matter. I was walking into a field, right? And as soon as I walked into the field, I just remember seeing this like old ass photograph of like this black and white kind of like yellowish tanned photograph of fucking a guy just in a Cat in the Hat costume. I could send you an image of it if you want after this, but I did draw it after because it just scarred me. Then immediately after that, I fucking found myself in a river of this black sludge, and my forearms were cut off, and I was having trouble being able to stand up.
Terrifying.
It was fucking awful terrifying. It was the scariest dream I've ever fucking had. Edgy Lad. Looks like they might not survive this next round.
Yeah, so Hivemind actually got their effective off, so all those See, this is what Hivemind was hoping to do. They got an advantage, so all these assails are flat attack rolls, and against someone with only 12 AV, they hit a lot of them. So they did a lot of damage, bringing Edgy down to 200 health.
Sam said, I heard you talking about Cat in the Hat. I am looking in the chat. Sorry to cut you off.
Oh no. I heard you talking about Cat. They're missing out. But yeah, I saw that freaking image. Oh my God. I don't know if it's better with or without context.
There's more context. Me and Sam then started discussing like how we would go about making a Cat in the Hat cult.
Dear God.
So
why did I ever leave you guys alone?
As you enter the cult, the first entry stage of the cult, I'm thinking would be like you'd be a thing, right? You'd be and you'd wear a thing shirt and have blue hair caps, and then you'd have to basically do whatever you're told, but you have to do actually the opposite of whatever you're told, as per lore. And then the next level up would be hats. It'd just be normal ass people wearing like a Cat in the Hat hat.
Gab's still standing in the room. Why do we keep forgetting to move him out of the room? Alright, go ahead.
And then the next level up would be just a Cat in the Hat Halloween costume with the face cut out, so you'd still be able to see your face, which means you're still willing to keep your identity, like as a person. But then the next year you need to give up that identity to become just you are of the cult. You need to be one with the cult, and then you wear the terrifying fucking Cat in the Hat costume I saw in my dream, which, by the way, after looking up, is completely real. The exact costume I saw in my dream. Halloween. I know. I'm genuinely considering buying it, but the exact costume from my dream, with 100% accuracy, is real.
We do is we get all the people who we know around our area, and we all dress up in the identical Cat in the Hat costume.
It wasn't the Mike Myers costume from the movie. It was like the cartoon.
Oh my god!
Oh shit!
Hivemind landed their assassinate, dealing
with a
damage.
nat 20 on the assassinate too.
Oh well, isn't that just unnecessary?
Damn. GG. And congratulations, Hivemind.
Is reduced to freaking ashes.
Yeah.
Oh my god. I love how just as Edgy Lad says quit being extra, they're already dead.
Alright, well,
that was for Rat. Oh, well, Hivemind, you won your personal losers bracket, I guess. A losers bracket consisting of just you and Edgy Lad. You won it.
Sam, can you actually send me that costume so I can show Doc?
Mike Myers Cat in the Hat costume. Yes.
Yeah, the final tier, the god of the cult would be wearing the Mike.
Send it to me.
Yeah, just send it to Doc, but just wearing this Mike Myers Cat in the Hat costume.
I want my only PM from you to just be Mike Myers.
All of our friend group, some of our friend group were saying, like, oh, we should all get these Cat in the Hat costumes for when we meet up, and I was saying, yeah, 4 of us will all wear the scary ones from my dream, and then the one person will wear the Mike Myers one, and we'll carry him around on a throne in public.
That's why, yeah, I absolutely agree with them. That sounds like a fantastic thing to do, just wander around in full costumes. Oh man, I don't know if I should leave you alone to stream more often or less.
Alright.
Regardless, I think that will make the last fight of our first tournament.
Yeah.
I'm certain we'll do something like this again sometime down the road.
Oh yeah, definitely. And hopefully there will be less exploits.
Yeah. Exploits features, it all depends on who you're asking. But yeah, I mean, hopefully there'll be a lot more in general. There'll be god tiers. We'll probably allow for some more actions probably to make up for it.
Oh yeah.
Definitely one of the suggestions I heard a couple times was give more in real life time. Because we'll definitely always run into the problem of people signing up and not doing anything, or like people not getting very far, or stuff like that. But we can avoid a lot of them by giving people a lot more time. You know, eventually people won't be able to make to the final fights either. But
all right, Sam sent it in your DMs.
Boy, that's
the Mike Myers. That's not the one from my dream. That's the cult leader one that we'd be carrying around on the throne.
It's unsettling.
And he says that he's gonna get fake blood and cover his costume with it.
That's pretty great.
Well,
yeah. Thank you for joining us, people. I checked my DMs. Jesus, relax. Stream delay. God, terrifying. But yes, thank you all for joining us.
Yeah, thank you.
I definitely look forward to doing this again one day, but I more so look forward to going back into my quiet development cave.
I more so look forward to going to sleep.
That too!
That was fun, though.
Yeah, get yourself...
Lasted about 2 days longer than I thought it would, but hey.
Yeah,
we did it.
Now we know.
Got our final, we got our champion, and then I'm gonna get him whatever he wants for $50 on the For Fans by Fans official Homestuck merch store.
Yeah, so yeah. In the terms of our other servers we've been showing this off on, I'm pretty sure Cam never deletes the server unless he needs to. I think we still have our SockOn channel somewhere. Yeah. So it'll be around for those who have things they want to like save from it or whatever. But we're probably not going to be putting the bot up on them for the foreseeable future. Yeah. Because when we're running it, we really can't make any progress on it.
That's true. So... We need to have the bot down for us to actively develop it. But yeah, no. If you are interested in being notified when we will be doing a public playtest of this bot again, please join the Discord server. That's where we really like tell everybody what's going on.
We try to keep we both interact with people there relatively often. We have some other people who are pretty good at coding stuff that will help you out if you want to set it up yourself. And that's where we put out most of our updates for tablestuck and Pestercord and stuff like that. So definitely the best place you can find us and support us and stuff like that. But yeah, thanks for joining us, and all of you who watched, all of you who participated and fought to the death and won and lost. We couldn't have done it without